Well, hi. My name is May, and this is The Witcher 3 Part 13. So, last time we finally made it to Skellige, and we reunited with our beloved Yennefer. We took very good care of that old stuffed unicorn that she had, and it was a fun time, let's say. We also ended up meeting up with the Crach on Craite and his children at King Braun's wake. That was a mouthful, apparently, for me. King Braun was the former king of Skellige who passed away, so they are now looking for a successor. And the Crach on Craite's kids are really interested in doing that. During the, what do you call it? The service? The after party? The after party of the funeral? What do you call that? The reception? Oh, the funeral reception. Yen and Geralt snuck into Ermien's secret laboratory. I say laboratory just because I wanted to be fancy like Yen, to try to get this mask that might help them find where Ciri is, and that kind of led to some fun Geralt hallucinating and thinking he's fighting stuffed animals, and it then ended up with Geralt and Yen romancing, let's say. After that, we talked with Crach on Craite, and he asked us to help Cerys and her brother, I cannot remember his name to save my life right now, with a few things, so we are going to do those side quests right now. So, I'm excited, I hope you're excited, let's go. Okay, so we are going to do Cerys's right now, so she went off somewhere.
Welcome to the home of Jarl Undvik of the honorable clan
to help this Jarl.
Greetings. Wanted to see the Jarl.
Enter. Jarl's still speaking to his seer, but they should finish soon.
One thing. Watch where you step.
How come?
Jarl's not too fond of light. Makes it easy to trip.
Why was the first thing I thought of is that there'd be poop everywhere?
There's a weapon.
Why would I think that? It was like, I was thinking of like someone who has a dog and their yard is just covered in poop and you have to watch where you step. That's so weird. Oh.
We'll be done in a moment.
Oh yeah, look at my cool armor.
A giant sea snake swam up and bit my arm off. The gods have spoken. A sacrifice is needed.
To my mind, it's about you defeating a snake, Jarl.
No, they demand a sacrifice. I'm sure of it. It's time.
We must wait for a clearer sign. At least till your next dreaming.
I don't need no more signs.
Does not suit Geralt in the slightest.
Looking for Cerys. Heard she stayed here.
On Craite's daughter. Aye, she was here.
Where is she now?
What?
Cerys. Where's Cerys?
Dunno. Enough of the questions.
I say something wrong?
You must forgive the Jarl. Hasn't been feeling well of late.
Is he sick? He didn't seem quite right during Crach's feast, but...
Forgive me. I must go to him.
Where's Cerys? I've got to find her.
I don't know. Ask around.
Not very helpful. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I went to try to get new armor. So I looked up how to get the Witcher gear from the show, and I have to go to Kaer Morhen, and that's not unlocked for me yet. So I did like the steps leading up to that, but then in order to get the actual recipe kind of to make the armor, I have to go to Kaer Morhen, so I can't do that. So I'm really sorry, we're gonna have to, this is like really badass armor, it's just so, it's so not Geralt at all, it looks silly. But we're just gonna have to, suck it up basically. Oh, you're already back.
Wonder if he's as strong as he looks.
Okay. Ask the village. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's like nighttime. Are there really gonna be that many people out, to be honest? Let me... Maybe I should, actually no, maybe I'll go here. Is this not a pub?
You're not from round here, are you? You've had enough.
I know you're
Captive. Why does it say she's captive? What does this mean?
There's truth to that blather. The ice
Oh, the innkeep.
Looking for some entertainment? Want a drink?
What kind of entertainment you got in mind?
What? Why, beer, mead, and strong spirits. What do you expect in a tavern? Jump rope. I
Be
don't know where
cool.
you're from, but I can see it's far off.
I guess we'll do this.
The Brockvar clan. Can you tell me about it?
We from the Brockvar clan are masters of the sea, bred and born to the water.
Thought everyone in Skellige spent a lot of time in the water.
They think so too, but all they do is skim the top of it in their long ships, all wrapped up in heavy furs. From time to time, the wind blows a bit of spray from the oars in their faces. That's their only contact with water. Whereas our boys, as soon as they can walk, dive off cliffs into the very depths of the sea.
Alright. I thought
Take
maybe I
care.
could ask him questions. But I guess not.
Yours at each other's throats. We
Everyone else is not really listed as something, so that usually means they don't talk.
Heard Cerys dropped in for a visit.
Nay, it is an honor to host on Craite's daughter.
Hey,
Sorry to interrupt.
You need something? Come, let's have a pint and a chat.
I'm a random person. Why are you so nice to me?
Thanks, but I'm short on time. Looking for a girl named Cerys.
Crach and Craite's daughter. She was here, but I've not seen her a while.
Okay.
Take care.
Super unhelpful.
Not like my good for nothing Sven.
Greetings.
Ha! Nary a soul for months. Then one day guests from afar start dropping like rain in springtime. You weary traveller? Hungry?
Oh my god, these people are so nice.
Looking for Cerys.
Way too nice.
Jarl on Craite's daughter.
Ah, you've found her. Or near to. Lass was just here.
Know where she might have gone?
Took an interest in our Jarl. Asked about his childhood. So I told her to see Begthora and Eirik.
Who are Bergthora and Eirik?
Years ago, Eirik was close with the old Jarl. Was the Jarl that helped him win Begthora's hand. They lived toward the east end of the village.
Alright, better
Take
go
care.
running.
Bless you. And my blessings to Cerys when you see her. Hemdall watches over Clan Queersa. The blood of kings.
I love when people always talk to themselves. Oh, there you are. Hey,
Greetings. I'm looking for someone.
you got some vicious
Lovely
dogs
chap
right
you
now.
are then. Truth be told, I'm taken, but village is brimming with lovely girls.
That's so funny.
I'm looking for Cerys.
The skinny thing. Lovely doe eyes, true, and she's from an honourable house. But the lass is gaunt as a sapling.
I don't know where she is.
You
and
guys
her
are like the
father-
same size.
Tell Crach to calm down. No Skellige lass can perish in her own isles.
That's certainly
All
not
right,
true.
she was here a few hours. Went to find me man Eirik. Needed to talk, she said. They should be on the beach, t'other side of the isle.
Thanks. Take care.
She's so pleasant.
Good luck
She has a very
searching.
pleasant face and a very pleasant voice, and I just want to talk to her more, to be honest. It's the middle of the night, but that's okay. Well, not really, it's 11, but kind of late for them to be standing out here and talking. Ooh, what's this? It's like a whole bunch of herbs around here. Ooh, that stuff's good. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Somewhere around here? Oh. Oh, I see.
That stench.
Miss me.
Fucking
Hey,
me
dude.
dabbler! Swimming like gulls around the waist heap. Ah, be sure we showed them.
We? Seem to remember you sitting on that rock crying for help.
Ah, but if not for me warning, you'd be herring bait about now.
Okay.
Thanks for your help. Did it once, maybe you can do it again.
Well,
Butter
we'll have
'em
to
up.
think about it. Busy the day me fishing got nets to mend. No time to fight monsters.
It's not drowners this time. It's Cerys. I'm looking for her.
Aye, fine-looking girl. Can tell right away she's from a good clan. Left her sitting right here when I sailed out to bring in the morning catch.
Any idea why she came here? She say what she was after or just admire the scenery?
She asked about our Jarl and his family.
She say where she was headed?
Wouldn't tell a stranger, but we did risk our hides together. Went to Undvik's old family home. Yonder on the hill.
Thanks.
Thanks. Farewell.
Alright, we're running. Cerys. Oh god, this is creepy as hell.
Fresh footprints. There could be Cerys or something seriously wrong here.
Yeah, what the fuck was that sound? My loot. Key to cellar. Okay, these menacing noises are creepy. Too creepy.
Cerys.
Oh.
Passed out. Gotta get her out of here.
How long has she been passed out? Brain dead.
What happened? Where am I? Oh, my head. Pain's just awful.
Got hit with something heavy.
Oh.
Geralt? Why are you here?
Came to look for you. Crach's worried. Taking you home.
I won't go until I help Undvik. The sword! Where's the sword? I've got to go back!
You're not going anywhere. I carried you out of there a moment ago half dead.
I have to!
You have to tell me what's going on. Why'd you go in there?
I wanted to help Undvik.
Sure, he was acting strangely, but I don't see how your stroll through a haunted house will help him.
It would have if I'd only found the sword.
So what's this sword all about?
It's Brokvar, the ancestral sword of Undvik's clan. I needed to lift the curse that holds Undvik.
A curse?
Long story. Years ago, Undvik and his little brother butted heads over the sword. As custom has it, the clan's sword should go to the firstborn son, Undvik. But his father gave Brokvar to his little brother, Aki.
Serious insult in these lands.
Serious enough for Undvik to break a sacred law here in Skellige. He openly questioned his father's decision.
Guessing the old Jarl couldn't let it pass.
They chained Undvik to a pile, up to his waist in the sea. Spent 3 days like that. When his punishment ended, he and Aki sailed out to fish.
Got a feeling this trip didn't end happily.
Your feeling's right. There was an accident. A storm broke out and Aki fell overboard. Undvik had his hands full with the sails. Didn't hear his brother until it was too late.
Didn't hear? Or didn't want to hear?
Some folk on the Isle had the same doubt, but none would mention it aloud.
What do you think? Did Undvik kill Aki?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But I do think whatever happened at sea that day, well, it's affecting Undvik right now. Powerfully so. And it could have something to do with that sword.
What did you plan to do with the sword?
I thought Aki's ghost would want it back.
The brother's ghost?
Long as I remember, folk have said Undvik's the chosen one. The one the gods speak to. I believed it once. But now, considering certain things, I think he's just haunted. And it's his dead brother that's haunting him.
Daring theory. Not breaking any of your laws just by thinking it.
Don't care. I don't believe
Blasphemy.
it's the gods talking. Have you seen him? He's covered in scars.
Thought he earned those in battle.
If you call the strife in his heart and head a battle, I've asked him about it. He said the voices command him to hurt himself for the glory of the gods. I think not. It's not the gods, it's Aki.
So you believe Aki's getting his revenge, because Udalric let him die?
I've talked to Yort. He swears Udalric didn't start hearing voices till after Aki's death. And I don't think Yort's mistaken. He knew both those boys from the cradle. I think we've to give Brockvar to Aki, and he'll leave Udalric alone.
Not a bad idea, on condition it's a ghost we're dealing with. But something doesn't add up.
What's that?
Aki drowned at sea, said so yourself. But the ghost haunts this house.
Aki and Udalric both lived here. Maybe that's why. Thanks for your help, Geralt. But I've got to get the sword.
Out of the question. I'll get it.
Really? Thanks. So I can go see Udalric?
No chance. You're weak. Might pass out again along the way. Wait here, we'll go together.
Sit down so you don't fall and hit your head. Oh, is she going to that bench? Good. Alright. So, the cellar, I assume, is gonna be somewhere around here. Ah, there we go. Wouldn't want to drop down, God forbid. Oh my god, it's so dark.
What is this about?
Ooh. Super cool. Hopefully I don't get attacked on the way out. I found it. It was easy, but there's something spooky in there.
So, did you find the sword?
I found it. Let's go.
After you, then.
I love when they give you the option to say
You
no.
and my dad, you were mates once, right?
Hope we still are.
But, well, I heard you fell out over something, or someone.
Talking about that story with Yennefer? Long time ago, that. In fact, that was before Crach met the woman who'd be your mother.
But you and Yennefer had already met?
Things were never cut and dried with Yen.
What is it about her? What is it that draws you?
Dunno. Maybe, it's 'cause I've never chosen comfort and ease. The calm and the quiet.
No, I was just laughing. I love when games give you the option to say no, even though you have to say yes to progress. So, like, why? Why give me the option? It's silly. So she had nothing else to say about that. Okay. I was kind of hoping we could talk more about that. Give some more backstory on Yen and him. For people who don't know. I mean, I don't know everything either, but they've known each other for a long time now. Please, just...
those swords, but I prefer me trusty axe.
Well, everybody has their own preference, sir. Can we please not do this? Can we just run? Come on. You're so slow. Hurry up. I'll let you go ahead, but oh, I just wish they didn't follow exactly how fast you're going. Oh, there we go.
Where's Yennefer?
Don't know. Why do you ask?
She's with your dad.
I just wonder why she let you come here alone.
What do you mean, let me?
Nothing. Not a thing. Just got the impression she doesn't like to let you out of her sight.
Well, I was out of her sight for
Look,
2
there
years
they
and then
are.
I met another woman. So...
Horridly bright out here. Stings the eyes.
The fresh air will do you good.
The gods won't be pleased.
Jarl, our guests, remember.
No, he doesn't.
What happened to your hand?
I sacrificed it to the gods.
Forgive him, Jarl. Geralt's got more to learn about our customs. We're close to the gods in Skellige, and the chummier you are, the greater the offering you make. It's our belief that the greatest thing a man can offer is his pain, his suffering, the pure sacrifice.
To hear the gods is a gift, not a sacrifice.
These voices you hear,
The gods, their voices.
More likely, this is somehow related to your dead brother.
Uh-oh.
I told Geralt of Aki. We concluded that...
That the gods are angry at you, yet he's the reason. That's why you have to apologize. To Aki himself.
I didn't want to. Aki fell in the water. The gods will be angry.
Let me help you, and I promise to do everything I can to keep from angering the gods.
Heed the Witcher Jarl. Make amends to Aki and you'll surely please the gods.
Oh, a little baby.
What would you have me do?
Remember where Aki fell in the water?
Near the isle's eastern end, by the mouth of the bay. Current had swept us towards Ullula's Needle.
It's a dangerous spot. Treacherous eddies swallow a handful of sailors each year.
We need to sail there. Aki's ghost won't rest until Brokvar's returned to his remains.
No. No. The gods, they'll be angry. I feel it.
Fear not, Jarl. The gods love you, and they loved Aki. Surely they want this.
Well, maybe I can sail there. The sword should be returned. That's what matters. Makes no difference by whose hand. What do I look for? Did Aki have anything that'll help me recognize him? Something he was wearing that could survive all this time underwater?
Aye. Our clan ring.
Oh my
That
God,
ought
that's
to be
such
enough.
a tiny thing to try to find.
Continental dandies come a-strutting, then
All
we
right.
gotta drag their corpses out of the inn.
Now, where exactly is that? Where is a boat? Surely there's one like over here or something. Let's see.
Best blade's not worth shite if a weak arm's swinging
Give me a boat, guys. Yeah, there's one right here. Here we are. Okay. Off we go. I don't know what that thing is, though. I don't know if there's something else I should be doing. I can't remember, really. So, hopefully I'm doing it right. Okay. Do I actually have to go down? Oh god. I don't remember how to...
What? Lost your nerve?
Shit. Stupid sirens. Get out of here. Got her, bitch. Can I just drop it? Like, is that something I can do? Oops, oops. Oops. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Where is he? Here. Oh, I see. No, what's this? Here. It's locked. What the fuck? Get away from me. Get away from me. How do I... Oh, oops. No! Slut. Where the fuck is... Where is Bones? Ugh, get me out from under here. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm confused. Oh my god, this stupid siren. Oh, there it is. There! It was so small, I must have just not seen. I forget how to fucking fight. How do I aim? There we go. Okay. Whew. We made it. We made it. We're fine. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of the water. Geralt takes 15 years to service. Oh.
Can't help wondering what that accomplished, if anything. Time to see Undvik.
I don't think it did, to be honest. Get me up here. Get me up here. Get me up here. How the fuck do I get back in? Get me up here! No! Nope, nope, nope. Okay. This is hopeless. This is hopeless. We're gonna have to run back on land. Or maybe we can just get this treasure, this here treasure. Why did I take this skull? Ugh, I don't want to fight you guys. There's so many of them. Maybe I'll just swim all the way back. It's fine. I thought that would just be a nice treasure, but maybe the note tells you where to go with the like to get the treasure. Those little birds, they're so cute. Okay, we're almost there.
And it's God-fearing.
Why'd you do
You
it?
drink last night too?
What is this?
Undvik. The voice has commanded him to poke out his eye.
What? Why'd you do it?
Please don't look at me.
Such was the will of the gods. A sacrifice for Aki.
Oh, he doesn't look that bad. Exactly.
What did the gods want? Exactly. Do you remember? What did they tell you?
They were angry. A voice said, "You vile wretch, you didn't help Aki, and now you failed to sail out to beg his forgiveness. Poke out your eye, suffer, and regret the evil you've wrought."
When did the gods speak to you? Right after I left?
Shortly after. Sleep came over me, so I lay down. 'Twas then they revealed their will to me.
You always asleep when they speak to you?
Always.
What do you see then? Do they try to summon you anywhere specific?
My old home. They command me to light torches, then speak from the shadows.
Speak to that creepy thing.
The gods speak from the shadows, you said. Is that why you don't allow any lights in here?
In my dreams, at times I see their form when the torches burn bright.
To see the gods is a great honor. Maybe with more light in your house, you'd see them when you're awake as well.
Lesser men are unworthy. They cannot gaze upon their faces.
The gods ever show you their form, or are they always just a shadow?
Once, I steeled myself, gathered my courage, and in my dream made my torch burn bright. I saw a hazy figure sitting in shadow then.
The gods always demand you offer them your suffering?
Only that pleases them, so they ask for more and more.
Oh man, this poor guy.
I returned the sword, but nothing's changed. It's not his brother's ghost that haunts him, tortures him.
What's wrong with him?
Can we talk somewhere in private?
The guest room. Come.
Cool. That looks so cool.
Well, know what it is?
It's a Heim, a post-conjunction creature, very rare and very dangerous. It latches on to men who commit vile deeds. It feeds on their pain for years, fueling their guilty conscience. In the end, Heims force their victims to mutilate themselves.
Sounds unpleasant. Any way to defeat it?
Two methods that work. In theory. They say a Heim can be tricked. You have to pretend to do something horrible. Then it'll move on to you as its new victim. When it realizes it's been tricked, it'll be forced to leave.
Great. Let's try it.
Don't know anyone who's pulled it off.
Maybe no one's thought up a trick that was good enough. What's this other way?
Witcher's bestiaries say you have to spend a night in the Heim's lair with the affected individual.
The haunted house, you mean? It's hardly cozy, but I wager you've slept in worse conditions.
It's not about sleeping. You've got to draw the Heim out. It has to emerge from the shadows, show itself. Can't hurt it otherwise.
And it's sure to give as good as it gets.
You've seen Undvik. It won't be an easy fight.
I know you're doubtful, but we should at least try to find a way to trick the Heim.
Might not be as simple as it seems. Besides, neither method's perfect.
What do you mean?
Undvik might not survive an entire night in the Heim's lair.
You think the Heim... would it try to kill Undvik?
No, that would mean losing its host. But Undvik could just... expire. He's weak, and the house will summon painful memories. Whereas to the Heim, that'll be an opportunity. The more pain the Heim causes Undvik, the stronger it'll grow.
And the more dangerous it will be to you. And what about the other method?
You have to be
The Heim's a
really
demon,
clever.
And demons are notoriously hard to fool. Plus, the trickster can't know it's a trick.
What?
The Heim attacks those who have a guilty conscience, truly believe they committed a foul deed. The Heim strengthens their regret and feeds on it. Meaning, if the new host doesn't feel true sorrow, the Heim will sense that.
Yes. So, for this to work, if either of us has an idea, we can't tell the other one about it.
Exactly.
Both methods seem risky, but I still think we should try the trick.
Don't know that I'm convinced.
I am, Geralt.
Please don't
Shut
tell
up.
me you have to consult Yennefer on such things as well. If we fail to think of anything, we can always try the Witcher's way.
Yeah, we can do both.
Trying the trick can't hurt.
Good decision.
I should have asked about Yennefer.
Haunted house. The Heim's lair. Only place where anything like this could work.
After you, then.
No reason to delay.
I should have met her. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was going to make me escort her again, and I was going to be like, please, no. What if they both have an idea to trick the other person, and then they both try to do it at the exact same time? Then that's going to be really confusing. But also, if you know that you're probably going to be tricked, wouldn't, if something devastating happens, the first thing you think of is, this is a trick? I feel like it's really hard to, you know. What am I looking at here? What is this?
Solid craftsmanship. Fitter must have been from the continent.
Is this a stove? Pizza oven? Oh.
Ciri. No, it's impossible.
It is impossible.
Damn it.
I've been tricked.
Looking to discourage me? Good. Means you're scared.
We love to see Geralt be all nasty to the monster and cocky. I like it. Jeez Louise. Chill out. Let's light some shit. It's dark as hell in here. Ignite. Ignite. There's nothing down here? What the heck? That's weird. Also, ew, this gross goopy stuff. Yeah, I must have missed something up here then. It's like the only thing I can see is this. Oh. Oh. I see.
Shattered. Udalric must have been scared of seeing the creature just behind him.
Come here. Oh. Come on.
An old cradle. Must have belonged to Udalric or Aki.
Geralt!
What? What?
Come up with anything?
Yes, I have a plan. One that just might work.
Can I get any details?
You've got to wait for me here. I won't be long.
Anything else?
Said yourself, you can't know the details. So no, nothing else. You simply gotta trust me.
Hope you know what you're doing.
So do I.
I really like her.
So, can we start?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, I'll be back soon. In the meantime, get a fire going in the oven.
We're making pizza. I was right. It's a pizza oven. A few hours. Jeez.
Over there! She's running to the old house! Grab her!
Taken.
Oh my god, he's so
Put him in
cute.
the oven. Trust me.
Take care not to hurt the child.
I'm assuming this is his baby.
In the oven. Throw him in the oven.
Oh, this is so cool. Why is he singing? I feel bad killing these men. Oh my god, look how big it is. It's so menacing. I love it. Oh, it looks so cool. That's so mean to do that to the Jarl though. Oh my god.
Aki!
Oh, he named him Aki? Oh, that actually tugs at the heartstrings. Oh my god.
The Witcher committed no crime. You'll find neither despair nor guilt here. Only shock and relief. You've been tricked.
That actually makes me feel emotional. Doesn't take much for me. How embarrassing for you. What a loser you are.
It's over.
Over?
We tricked the Heim. It thought I'd killed your child, abandoned you to haunt me, feed on my conscience.
But when it saw the babe was whole, unharmed, it had to go. You're free, Jarl.
Free?
The Heim's gone, so are the voices that tortured you. Let's get out of here.
I thought he was gonna say that he feels lost.
What's happening? My head's spinning. I'm spinning in a maelstrom.
Geralt, you said it was over.
That's just fatigue. In time, his mind will return to normal.
What?
Yeah.
What will I do now?
You'll be fine. Key is to not give in to self-pity.
I feel As if someone's torn something from me.
That's normal. The Heim was a parasite. Bonds between parasites and hosts can be strong. That's why you feel empty now. Give it a few days, weeks, you'll be fine.
Thank you. I think.
Oh, good.
Farewell.
And you got... If only we did this 2 days earlier and then you wouldn't have lost an eye. Poor guy. Take a long time to recover.
I'll go with him. He seems confused.
Good idea. Then what? What are your plans?
I'll stay a few days, make sure he's healthy. And you? Gonna stay on Speaker Rug?
Don't know yet. Gotta gather my thoughts.
I'm sure Yennefer must be growing impatient.
Cerys, leave me alone.
What is it with you and Yennefer? Mentioned her several times already.
Nothing. I've just noticed that you're often of one mind.
Saying I'm henpecked.
Not that you're especially different. Seems to happen to all men. Take a rowdy Skelliger, a brave knight or a tough witcher. You all end up wrapped around some woman's finger.
I choose
Though
this.
I will admit you're not
Go
all
away.
bad. You trusted me, a complete stranger nearly. Few would have had the courage.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell everybody in the Isles. They'll think I enjoy being dominated.
Farewell, Geralt.
Geralt, there's nothing wrong
See
with
you,
that.
Cerys.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, freaking give it a rest about Yen, okay? I know that yes, I do a lot of things that she wants me to do, but I still am my own man, okay? God damn it. Okay, so we're not gonna quite do that yet. We are gonna help her brother. What the fuck is his name? Hjalmar. Oh, Hjalmar. Ah, yes. We're gonna do this, and then we will do that. So that is also far as shit. Let's see. Oh, it's because we're on a completely different island. Ugh. I do not want to sail that far. Ugh. Okay, well where- okay. Hold on. Let's see how far Yen's is. You know, now I'm really tempted to just go to the one that's closer. So I might have to do that. In fact, I'm going to. Okay. Okay, where? Oh, there she is.
Mad woman! Mad, I say!
Where are you
Oh,
going?
he's yelling at her.
But I've got good reason.
I hold Ciri dear too. You know this damn well. But the mask of Ouroboros is no trifle. Have you any idea what
She's
can
mad.
happen if it is used? Any idea of the consequences?
No, but neither do you. So stop panicking.
Can hear you two clear on the other side of the island.
Good. May all Skellige know Yennefer of Vengerberg is a common thief.
Control yourself, druid. I haven't stolen anything. I've merely borrowed something and fully intend to return it.
Ha! The generosity. Just one small problem. Once used, the mask is rendered completely worthless. Not to mention the risk you'll bury us alive, and all the Isles with us.
Barry, what are you talking about?
She's not told you? Might have expected as much. The myth is that Ouroboros created the mask when the envious seas swallowed his beloved. Unable to bear the prospect that he would never again see his betrothed, Ouroboros made the mask, which would allow him to peer into the past. He knew, however, that he could only use it once. So he waited. Waited until his longing grew so strong that it became unbearable. When the sea learnt of the mask, it was quick to respond. It made known its threat that whosoever used the mask would bring the sea's wrath down on them. For in vengeance, the sea would rise and flood all the lands and drown the living.
That sounds more like a myth, though, than an actual, you know.
So, No one's ever used the mask?
It could just not work at all.
No, but
So you don't actually know if it
Yeah.
works, how it works.
of course I do.
Yeah.
The myths tell me.
You believe the myths?
Only ignorant fools belittle their significance. Besides, it's not the myths that are on trial here. It's the thief.
Theft or no theft, Crach gave us free reign.
First off, this might indeed be his isle. But we, the druids, watch that no alien magic takes hold here. Secondly, after the cataclysm occurred, Crach turned to us for help and trusted this site to our care. Third, what was that? No. Yennefer's used the mask.
Oh, Yen. She does what she wants.
Neutralize the mask. Mute its power.
She knew. She may as well use it now or else he's just gonna take it from her. It's kind of genius. But kind of crazy too. Hjalmar, who are you? Okay, I'll just go straight to Yen, I guess. Uh-oh. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hi. Oh, it's a foglet.
Great.
Oh no. Ah. I hate the fog guy. He makes a duplicate of himself made out of fog. Shit. Ah! Ooh. Hey babe, what'd you do? Went a
What
little
was
crazy,
that?
hey?
Unicorns.
Damn it, Yen. I saw the foglets. I meant how'd they get here.
The power of the mask summoned them.
Ermion says the mask might cause a natural disaster.
Fortunate he's here then. He can jump right in, try to tame it.
Realize
She's
he
crazy.
won't let this pass.
Oh, I'll survive, somehow.
What now?
The mask reveals the past, but only in certain places. Places where past events left a strong magical imprint. Take it.
Want me to wear it?
Yes. I'll cast a spell that will let me see through your eyes.
Gonna read my mind again?
You object?
You do it whenever you want anyway.
No harm in it then, is there? Let's go. Already found the first spot.
I don't have the mask on yet. I'll put it on after. I love the rain effects, like how their clothing look actually damp.
This is the spot. Put on the mask.
Any instructions?
Keep it on until we've seen everything. And don't stray far. Telepathy is limited in range.
Oh, it's on. How do I forget how to, oops. I forget how to use things.
Geralt, stop dawdling. Don the damned mask.
How do I, nope, nope, nope.
Put on the mask. We don't have time.
I forget how to, and I forget. It doesn't tell me how to do it. Shit. There we go.
What's that? A portal?
2 people emerged from it.
The woman was Ciri.
How can you know?
The way she moved, like a witcher.
I
Seems
didn't
they
even
went that
see
way.
anything.
Come, let's find the next spot.
It just cut out. That was weird. I feel like that wasn't supposed to happen. That was way too fast. Come on, Yen. Oh man, I didn't have my sword out. Oh no. Where'd he go? Oh god, serious. No, get out of here, fake one. Oh, that was a fake one again. I've been duped.
Well, ready? Use the mask.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Watch out!
Ooh. It's probably
What
her
was
and
that?
the elf dude,
A
right?
magic explosion of some sort. So powerful that even the echo was dangerous. I wager it destroyed the forest.
But Ciri and her companion weren't harmed. I saw them escape.
Let's see where to.
This way.
This is creepy.
A more
I
modern
don't like it.
Nor do I.
Anyone
Witcher?
here when this happened had a
I feel like
slim
there's-
chance of surviving.
I know what you're thinking, but don't worry. Ciri can take care of
Oh my
herself.
god, so many effing foglets. They're just like little things. Like this game is obviously incredible, but I'm sure little things like like companion missions would be better. Like the whole following thing, I just feel like is just the AI is not amazing. Like this, like I feel like I always why did she stop right in front of me? I don't know. I just feel like it would be so nice to have a more modern Witcher. There she
Someone
went.
chased Ciri. See that? Might have wounded her.
She escaped through another portal.
Know where it led?
Oh,
Magic residue trail leads to Velen.
Any
Velen
chance you
again.
can figure out where Ciri's companion fled to? His portal's gotta be nearby.
I'll try to find it. Come.
basically, I'm just saying a really modern day Witcher is going to be incredible, and I know it's still like a long ways away, unfortunately, but I know that with what we can do now, like, oh, so exciting. I mean, even the step up from this to Cyberpunk.
ready?
Obviously, Cyberpunk
Use
was
the mask.
a disaster, but like what they could do in that, what put
Nice
in the
fight.
Witcher universe,
One
is gonna
repelled
be
the other with powerful
incredible.
magic, then fled through a portal.
A mage?
Most likely. It's Ciri's companion and the one who wounded her.
How do you know?
I don't. Making an educated guess. They both appeared in the previous visions.
Ciri's got a powerful ally. The mage who was with Ciri fled too. Know where?
His trace path leads to Velen as well. But the target coordinates of his portal differ from those of Ciri's. The explosion must have disrupted his teleportation.
Ran into Kira Metz in Velen. Coincidence maybe, but she claimed a mage came to her looking for Ciri. Be surprised if it wasn't the same one.
Whoever he is, he grows more interesting by the minute.
Maybe something left of the one who got hit by the spell.
It's clearing up,
Ermion must be getting a handle on the weather.
which means he'll be free to attack us again.
Are you pleased with yourselves? Look at what you've brought down on us. We'll see what Crach has to say about this.
I mean, nothing happened.
Relax. Storm's died down. You've clearly got things under control.
For now. But who knows what will be a week or two on?
Stop panicking! Here's your mask.
It is worthless. It's an unwieldy ashtray at best.
Well,
I hope
now you
you've
have a new
learned
ashtray.
Something useful at least.
Very.
I'm talking to Geralt. You I'll deal with later. So,
We think a powerful curse was cast here.
plausible. Considering what happened to the wood, do you know upon whom?
Not yet, but we know Ciri was here. She stepped out of a portal. A mage was with her. Someone chased them. They fought. Ciri was wounded but managed to escape.
Where to?
Velen, probably. The mage opened a portal for her, then he fought her attacker.
Yes? Is that it?
Got a feeling we found something interesting. Just need to examine one more thing.
He went flying in that direction.
Okay, let's go.
Something's pinned under that tree. Can you...
I can.
sorry. Jeez.
Armor's clean. No blood, no sword nicks. Ciri's friend must have... what do you call it?
Vaporized him.
Exquisite. The armor, though the workmanship's unfamiliar. Can't even tell where it's from.
Probably because it belonged to a rider of the Wild Hunt.
What? So it's true. The Wild Hunt. I feared as much. First here, then on Hindersfjall. What did they want?
They're looking for Ciri.
But why?
Elder blood flows in Ciri's veins.
'Tis true, she can trace her lineage clear back to Lara Duran, which is why the women in her family have always had extraordinary abilities. But could that
this is why.
truly be so important?
Ciri's
Yes.
exceptional. She travels between places here and other worlds. Space is no obstacle for her.
Huh?
Which is why the Wild Hunt wants to capture
This
her.
poor guy's like, what?
Speaking of the hunt, mentioned it appeared on Hindersfjall.
Well, it happened at least a fortnight after the cataclysm struck here on Ardskellig. The raids raided Lofoten at dusk
In a blizzard. Itself a strange occurrence for that time of year. The islanders said the wraiths. They barged into their huts, killed anyone who resisted, then galloped inland, laughing fiendishly.
Anyone survive?
A dozen or so women, and an old man.
Next stop, Hindersfjall.
I'll meet you on the beach near Lofoten.
See you there.
Good luck to you. Inform me once you've learned anything new.
Now let's see. Where? Oh, I see. It has not updated yet. Okay, well I think we should do this one first then, anyway. Let's let it update. Here she goes. Nice. Okay, so... oops. So that's all the way over here. Oh, that would have been so much better to frickin' go with her. Damn. That sucks. Okay, well, let's do... if I don't do this quest now, I literally never will. So, I'm gonna force myself to do it. And hope that there's a ship. There's probably a boat right here. So, I'm gonna have to go across the entire map. Woohoo! Sounds super fun. Okay, so we are supposed to...
Watch your step.
Sorry, small child. We're supposed to ask about it around this inn first. I'm assuming because you have a name, I can talk to you. Why do you look so sad?
I'm looking for men from Undvik.
You've oars from the Isle, and I once cut those waters with nary a race. Could trace you the shoreline in my sleep.
Can you take me there so I don't have to go?
The bloody sirens.
I'm the one to ask. Me, your excellent Tardarok. He's over there. What can a bloke from Ardskellig know about Undvik?
Heard you trilling a different tune when Hjalmar was gathering his crew. Your love for the Craite fade that quick.
That doesn't mind down there.
I'm sorry, what was that? Because it did not sound like what the subtitle is.
Hjalmar's from there, or so he claims. And you seem to know these waters. Why didn't you sail with Hjalmar?
Because that kind of expedition needs a true leader. And a whelp looking to collect bumps on his skull can only be its doom. Once I...
You'd rather sit in your arse nose in the air, you Zarakanian princess. Brave lad comes along. You sail with him.
You didn't
sail
either.
with Hjalmar if only those seahorses hadn't banjaxed my knee. Would have sailed instead of sharing a table with a grumpy barnacle like you.
You'd sail with anyone who'd let you aboard, Crach's daughter included.
You mentioned sirens. Many on Undvik?
So many. More on the other house.
Bollocks.
Once they attacked Lars and me when we were fishing. Before we could drive him off, they pulled Lars in the water and scratched me up so bad that... Oi!
Drive away the sirens? How's that work?
Ha! Glad to see you're no islander. With a
No
horn
shit.
walls
I
horn.
look nothing like
One
you, and I
toot,
sound nothing
and they
like you.
plow and scurry off so quick, the waves rock your boat.
Need to
Where do I
get
get
to
the
Undvik.
horn?
Ugh, another thrill seeker. Well then, listen close, lest ye end in a watery grave. Sail out of port and head southwest. Watch for rocks protruding like pricks out of the water. You'll have to do some tricky tacking to get past them. Some of them shorter, just below the surface, so careful not to scrape right over them. They breach your hull, you're done for. 'Cause just a few minutes in that icy water makes a corpse. One time I remember...
Stick to the point.
Oh, fine. Watch for the currents, 'cause they can drag you off course. Dash against the rocks even. With a bit of luck, you'll land on the same beach where Hjalmar landed.
This honestly sounds a little bit complicated.
Nice
for
talking
me.
to you, but time I was on my way. So long.
Fair winds to you.
Oh my goodness. Such a far way to sail. I wish I could pay someone. Like a ferry? You don't have a ferry that goes between the islands? No.
What a sword.
Don't eat so much.
Nothing like that. Like one of these. Someone can't take me on one of those. Sucks.
You looking for work?
I'm not looking for work right now, but thanks.
Calm village. Will you help a man in need?
Not right now. Everybody wants something from me. Fucking get up there. This is gonna take forever. Like, let's look at the map. Oh my good lord. Ugh. Yikes. Here goes nothing. A freaking whale! There's a whale! Where'd it go? I swear. There was a big one. It's disappeared. It's okay, I feel really uncomfortable. Oh, go away. Here we are. At the ruins. Try to avoid all this crap. See if I can just scoot in here. Okay. Alrighty. What do we have here? Cool. I'm still so far away. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, there's so many. Get away from me. Swarm. Whoa. There he is. Look at his cool armor. Careful your swords don't stick out too far. What's he doing with those sirens? Ooh. Nope. Oh, you noticed me. Gotcha. Oh, let me see this.
Giant tracks.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Hey, look, she looks like a girl again. How do I get up there?
I long to be home to the modern.
Come on.
To my dog with his pride. To my two brothers
Come on.
to the alcove wherein lies my beauty.
How do I get up here?
So as my strength wanes and my breath shorter grows, and my sinews turn stiff, and my blood's coursing soars. It's time, high time, I was homeward bound to the modest abode.
How do I get up here?
whose corners I roamed.
Are you gonna show me exactly how to get there? Get me up here. Oh, I can climb. Ah. Hey. Octo?
I know that song. What are you doing here?
Look, man. Another one. And so many times I've told him. What's that you say, Wilfred? Right you are. They never learn. At least this one heard a song before he died.
He's lost his marbles.
Who were these men?
My crew. They swore never to leave me. Kept their word. Tall one's Hjalmar, Wilfred's to his right, and the lad with the stutter's Wilhelm.
Why do you and your crew stay?
We cannot leave. If we ventured it again, the giant would kill us all. Like he did the others.
Why'd the giant spare you?
Me and my crew and the sirens. We're helping him build a longship. I sew the sails and run away at times, and then the sirens fly out and bring me back.
That's
Why does he
terrible.
need a ship? Where's he want to go?
Promise not to tell no one. I trust my men to take the secret to their graves.
And they have done that.
Promise. Won't tell anyone.
Fine then. The giant's going to sail her out to defeat the gods come Ragnarok. The final battle for the world's end. She'll soon be ready.
Ragnarok.
Not much game here, but I saw the giant give you food. Where's he get it?
Don't know, don't ask. Food suits me, suits my crew.
Over there, on the ground. Hand's got bite marks on it.
What? Where? Hjalmar, damn it. You're supposed to clean up. Couldn't keep a secret if your life depended on it. We had a choice. Had her starved to death. And I didn't force anyone. You know, whole crew voted in favor.
I'm looking for Hjalmar on Craite. Word is he came to this isle with a crew. Aimed to defeat the giant.
Oh, aye, saw him. As did Hjalmar.
Sure it was him?
Hjalmar's got eyes like a hawk. They stood where you stand now. Poor shape they were in. Leaf the Red, Folin, Viggy. And just between you and me, that boy's not quite right in the head.
Hjalmar?
Oh, the young on Craite was here too.
Remember when this was?
When what was?
When Hjalmar on Craite was here with his men.
Oh, that? No, I don't remember. You might ask Wilhelm, though.
I'm not sure he's gonna help us much.
They say where they were headed?
Did they, Wilmar? Oh, aye. Aim to make camp in the old guard tower. Easy enough to find. Stands in the middle of a valley. Garden, absolutely nothing.
Try to come back for you once I found Hjalmar.
Sound awfully sure you'll find him? Maybe you can kill the giant while you're at it. All on your own. Did the same to a man, aren't they, Wilhelm? All think themselves immortal.
Gotta go. So long.
Hey, if you really aim to return, mind bring me some solid twine. You're like to find it in the village. And nails. We're short on nails. Can you remember that? Nails and twine.
I'll remember.
Ashes, just what I wanted. Alright, let's go see this camp.
Hjalmar's encampment. They were attacked.
Clearly. They weren't even that far from where he was.
Must have fought for a long time. Fought barefoot. Sirens caught them by surprise.
Go away, wolves.
Taken by surprise, but they fought off the attack. I need more clues. 2 people came through here.
Oops.
Separately. These tracks are older. Somebody left the camp before the attack.
What's... Actually, hold on. There's still more to look at?
Several men. Dragged a boat north.
Stupid dogs. Okay, let's... Well, let's go this way first, maybe. Can't imagine they were too successful. Oh, there it is. What's in here? Yep.
Hjalmar's man. Bled to death while trying to escape. Wonder what happened to his cohorts. Signs of a battle.
Yeah, you think? Looks crazy in here.
Giant chased them. They ran toward the caves.
Let's go to the caves.
Someone tripped and fell, but managed to get away.
There's so many different ways to go. Oh. Come on, girl.
Went this way. A storm, damn it.
Just my luck. Ooh.
Giant tried to get inside. Looks like he gave up.
It's nice and inviting in here.
Another trap. Shouldn't hit bottom.
Wait. So how did he get down? What? Is there another way to go that I missed? Surely I can't just jump. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe I can. Let's save first. Whoa, that was so cool. Oh god! Get up! that too. Cool. Okay. No idea where they went. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go this way. Over here?
Clean cut. Head probably went flying.
Great. This is very cool though, this like gold or whatever it is. Am I going the right way? I am.
Sliced her up. 2 men, looks like.
Oh, look at that barrel. Toppling over. There it goes. You okay there? Okay, well there's one of the men.
Hjalmar lost a lot of men here.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Geralt. Need more light. This doesn't seem to be the way. Oh, maybe it is. Up here? It's hard to tell. The map is only as good as kind of the approximate of where it shows you sometimes, it feels like. In here? No? Oh, I hear... Turn this on.
I like that silver.
Oh, I realized. Let's see. Fuck, I just did it again. Like a dingus. You coming? You're not gonna blow up yet? I missed him. Ooh. That's some apple juice. You guys in here? I'm friendly. I'm a friend. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Giant's pantry.
No one's alive?
Recruited quite a few men. No Hjalmar here though.
Dang.
Gotta keep looking.
Don't
Hjalmar came
sleep.
through here. Had to.
Is that a godling? Oh, it's a devourer? Oh. Okay, there's too many.
That stench.
It is real stinky. Nothing for me? Okay.
They came through here.
How do we know it's him, though? We don't. We're just guessing. It's not like we know his frickin' shoe print specifically. Oh, it's raining. What nasty, nasty weather on this horrible island. Oh. Why is it showing me over there? Is there something I missed? Oh, this way? That's weird. Oh god, more sirens. Oh hey! Fish horns. Can you take out your crossbow, Geralt? Apparently not. Oh, I have my torch. That's why. Hey. He looks just like his dad. Like, exactly.
Thanks, White One. If not for you, that might have taken me much longer. And I need to see Leif. The bitch has nearly ripped his innards out.
Leif is not looking good.
Left of my crew. All right. You might not have heard. I'm Hjalmar on Craite. And I'll never forget you helping me in a time of need.
Geralt of Rivia.
The Geralt of Rivia? Like in the ballad about the sorceress and the witcher.
Mm-hmm.
You're still alive.
I am.
Looks like it.
Right? Well, forgive me. Just thought that all happened long ago. My dad used to tell me stories of your adventures. So, what are you doing on Undvik?
Your crew. What happened to them?
It all started with a storm. You see, then came the blasted sirens. I had a Hornwall horn to drive them off, but one night it just disappeared. Next morning the giant ambushed us, crushed half my men, hurled Arvid against the rocks, tucked Vicky under his arm. Just four made it here. But I suppose if it had all gone smoothly, would have made for a dreadfully short ballad about our heroic adventures.
Seems more doomed than heroic to me.
No. That's just the gods looking to see what metal we're made of. They'll soon get their answer.
Well, you'll have no one else left.
Your father sent me. He needs you on Ard Skellig.
Impossible. Dad knows I'll not return till I kill the giant.
Situation's changed. The fate of all Skellige will be decided on Ard Skellig. They're getting ready to choose a new king.
The fate of Skellig is being decided here. If I accomplish this deed, it'll mean the gods have chosen me to rule.
The other claimants are already waiting at Caer Trolda.
Seems I must hurry then. Time to face the giant.
That's not what he means.
We should see to your friend.
Right. His wounds need tending.
Yeah, he's dead.
Not what I meant. He's dead.
What? Nah, he's just unconscious. Lost a bit of blood, you know.
He's dead. Trust me.
Now it's just you.
Swore he'd sink his blade into the giant's heart. Swore it on the bones of his ancestors. Let's go.
This guy needs a dose of reality. I don't know why it's still showing me that as an option. Like, I know what happened.
Hurry now! Pick up the pace!
Just like Crach.
Hurry up.
I'm telling you, plow an enormous horse son he is.
I saw him.
So I heard.
And saw.
Can't believe I finally got the bastard.
Haven't gotten him yet.
Geralt, help me smash that. We're sure to reach the giant's cave this way.
He's so confident. Oh goodness. That would have taken hours to move all that rubble out of the way. Oh my god. Seriously.
Getting colder. Gotta be close.
Got a frosty giant.
Careful now. One odd step and you can wake him.
Don't talk to me like I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, quick! Let me out before he wakes!
Key should be around here somewhere.
Wait. Know what they call Viggy? The loon. For good reason too. Best he stay in there till we finish with the giant.
What? You out of your bloody mind on Craite?
I thought he was your comrade.
He is. Which is how I know what he's like to do.
All right. Guess you should stay in the cage then.
What? I'll not forget this on Craite. You want all the glory to yourself?
I mean, the crazy guy said that he was crazy, so avoid snow. What am I doing? Find the key.
No closer! Let me out! Quick!
He's so sleepy. I'm confused, so... He said let's deal with the giant first, but...
Uh-huh.
But I guess I'm gonna let this dude out.
Thanks, brother. I remember that.
Let's get out of here. Right. Just as soon as I kill him.
Okay, he's gonna die. Not really a problem with me. I feel bad. Is this guy actually mean? Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Whoa, he's got red eyes. Alright. Well, I want to see this in action. Whoa. Need my apple juice. Poor guy. Maybe he's a really big asshole. I mean, he is being mean to humans. Oh. Hmm.
I knew we'd best him.
Viggy, you daft bastard.
Where are the others?
Thanks for your help, White Wolf. Geralt the Giant Slayer. I'll make sure the Scald said it in song.
You better.
Sure sounds better than the Butcher of Blaviken. So be it.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
I don't want to look around. I don't want to travel by myself. Do they even have a boat that works? I guess we'll just take
Gonna
mine.
head back to Ard Skellig?
Aye. After all, I'm to be crowned. I killed a giant, won back Undvik, and lost my entire crew.
Yeah, so you did a foolish thing and
Who else
lost
has put forth a clean?
your entire crew.
Blue Boy Lugos, surely. And Ottrig, Svanriga.
And Cerys.
Cerys? Me sis? But she's...
Surprised everyone.
And did he support her? Let her set off on some mad expedition?
Wasn't pleased. Especially since Cerys didn't mention it to him beforehand.
Nor to me.
She sailed off to Speakerog. Alone.
Alone? What on earth was she thinking? Someone ought to sail after her. Stop this foolishness.
She's back
I've already done it.
What's more, she was successful.
Oh. She always liked competing with me. I've always won in the end so far, though. Well,
maybe not this
time I was
time.
on me way. So long, Geralt. Thanks for your help.
So long on Craite.
See, the thing for him, though, is, like, he did that all for glory. He, like, the giant, yes, the giant was a threat, but not many people are coming here anyway. This island is already abandoned. So, he basically just went on a, like, for pride and glory mission, and then lost his entire crew, which was probably at least 20 men, if not more. And then he would have died if I didn't help him. Which, same with Cerys. Cerys wouldn't have known that it was a him or whatever it was if I didn't tell her. But she didn't go. She went trying to actually change something and help someone. It was not for the, like, so people would be like, wow, look at her, she's amazing. You know? Yeah. Just a little food for thought. And then we have to go all the way over there. Oh. Hopefully there's a boat near here. There she is. Our beautiful girl. Hey, babe.
Greetings, Yen.
Good thing you're here. The frostbite was starting to set in.
You should have dressed warmer.
Next you'll be pinning mittens to my coat. Can we go?
Yeah.
Quite a few years since I was last on Hindisfjall, but if I remember correctly, Lofoten should be this way.
Lofoten. Such interesting names.
Raised huts and fresh graves. This must be it.
Gathering of some kind. We've come at a bad time.
There's no good time to talk about the Wild Hunt.
And
what if Craven told the
the
truth?
ground they lie.
What if he didn't abandon us?
Living
But
and
was...
unharmed.
Stop!
They won't speak it. Perhaps we're written in the stars.
We sailed on the same longship.
Ritual of some kind. We'll have to wait.
We'll do no such thing.
Oh, Yen.
Dear sisters, pardon the interruption, but we've an important matter to discuss.
Can you not see we're commemorating the dead? So?
And we're looking for someone who's still alive. Please, this is urgent.
Then speak.
They say the Wild Hunt destroyed this village.
That is true, though few believe us. You don't either, I'm sure. Did you see riders on skeletal horses, wearing frost-covered armor?
Aye, that's how it was. They landed on our shores in a ship made of the claws of dead men, like in the ballads. Leif yelled to grab the children. Then they came, cut him across his face. He tried to whisper. Only blood came out.
You were to ask about someone, not prod their wounds. That's enough.
What happened
We were
then?
just helping.
Go on.
I ran out to get help, to get life. But so many bodies. Yole, Ingvar, little Neki.
Which way did the riders go?
Towards the sea, through the ravine, on horses made of bones. Bones and ice and...
Enough! Get to the point. Now.
We're looking for a young woman, name of Ciri. Ashen hair, green eyes.
I'm sorry. She is not here.
Unless she lies in a grave. That is, I do not recall one by that name. But I've buried so many, I may have forgotten.
This Ciri, has she a scar here on her cheek?
Yes. Yes, what happened to her?
Don't know. Saw her but for a moment, right before it all. She was in the stables with Craven. 1,000 curses upon him.
Remember anything else? Anything at all?
Only that she seemed tired. Very tired. And her hair was wet.
Great. So we know she bathed. Progress.
I'm sorry, Scar. Craven. My apologies. Craven. Craven could have told you more.
This Craven you mentioned, does he have a name?
He did. Until the elders struck him from the saga of ancestors.
It's as if he has ceased to exist. The lore forbids anyone from touching him, speaking to him, even uttering his name.
What did he do to deserve that?
He fled from the wild hunt. He alone.
We need to talk to him, even if it's not in keeping with your customs.
You've come too late. He went to the garden to fight Morkvag.
A coward who willingly seeks battle? Am I the only one who sees the contradiction?
That's why he did it. Craven knew he would prove the elders wrong only if he killed Morkvarg.
And thus regain his honor and his name.
Trial by ordeal. Very Skelligan.
I do not mock your laws. Please also respect ours.
It's hard. Yen comes off is so sarcastic all the time. And I feel like it pisses so many people off. She's aggressive. You know, she's assertive, actually, is the right word.
Where is this holy garden?
Not far from here. North. We cultivated healing herbs there once.
And now?
Now we walk only as far as the tree the goddess planted. We place our offerings and make our pleas before it.
Those who venture below remain in the garden forever.
Morkvarg. What's that?
Who, you mean?
The vilest man ever to inhabit Skellige. Nothing was ever sacred to him. He attacked his own clan's lands, took gold from Nilfgaard, killed children, pregnant women.
Know the type.
They said he feared only one thing, the wrath of the gods. Morkvarg sought to prove how wrong they were, so he sailed to Hindisfjall to ransack the goddess's garden. This was over a decade ago.
Archpriestess Ulva stood in his way. He thrust a blade between her ribs and cast her down in the mud. As her lifeblood left her, she cursed him, and Morkvarg transformed into a beast.
A curse? A monster? You've got some work to do.
What about you?
I can get rid of Morkvarg. Don't know what he's turned
I guess
into,
I'm the Witcher.
but a silver sword should do the trick.
It's not that simple. There have been those who have bested Morkvarg, yet he always returns.
So, it's a complex curse, meaning I need more information.
I understand, but I've told you all I know.
Speak with Torridar's son, Einar. He was in the garden when Morkvarg and his men attacked. He saw what happened. Of all the pilgrims there at the time, he alone escaped with his life. He settled
Sole
in
survivor.
Marvik. You'll find him there at the landing, provided he's not out to sea when you arrive.
Thanks for your help.
I understand you intend to enter the garden. I dislike it when foreigners enter the sacred grounds.
Yeah, but we have a good cause.
Custom demands pilgrims make an offering of their own blood before the tree. Craven surely did so. Unless he lacked not only courage, but respect for Freyr as well.
You needn't worry about us. Geralt and I always give the gods the respect they are due.
Right, Geralt?
Bow before modern Freyr.
Alright, I think I might stop here because I know that this next part is quite, there's quite a lot. Yeah. It's like a big thing. So I think I'm gonna stop here. What's his name? Mordvog is very, very cool. It's a very cool quest line, so I'm excited. I actually didn't remember it being a main quest. Okay, yeah, here. Yeah, so we're gonna learn more about it, so we'll kind of do two things at once, essentially. We'll look for both the guy, we'll look for the garden, and then also ask that guy about the curse as well. Yeah. Cool. Okay. If you are still here, thank you so much for watching. You could have clicked on any video, but you clicked on mine, and I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.